I wasn't leaving until my shift was over. 2 hours goes incredibly slow. It goes very slow when you want to go home in a hurry.
45-year-old Jim starts his first night shift as a care support worker at a residence for intellectually disabled adults.
When I first got the job, I was excited because we did need extra money to help, supplement our incomes. My wife worked full-time, I worked full-time, but we needed extra income.
Around the corner here is the basement.
The day staff have gone, and Jim finds his duties are shared with just one coworker.
Who's that?
Oh, that's one of the former owners of the place. This is where the residents sleep.
Together, they'll work long into the night, standing watch over the house and its sleeping residents.
Why are all the doors open?
The residents feel safer with them open.
The gentlemen that live there, they like their doors open. They don't like to have their doors closed. It reassures them a little bit that they know somebody's there to help them and protect them.
After the residence floor, the next stop is the basement.
She shared that the basement, where the laundry room is located, kind of freaked her out. I told her that I would go down and bring up the first load of laundry.
But his coworker won't go.
When you go down the stairs in the basement, they creak a little bit. It's an old home. It was built about 1843.
But the feeling Jim gets being down there can't be explained.
The water pitcher flew right off the shelf, dropped the laundry basket, and I stared at it, which felt like forever. I would love to have shared with my coworker, but she would have been incredibly terrified, and I know she would have left.
Jim keeps silent and gets back to watching the residents, settling in for a long night ahead.
I shut the lights off in the hallway, and I had 2 little night lights that were plugged in, so it just had very dim lighting, so not to wake the gentleman up that lived there. As I was sitting there, I kept thinking I could see something out of the corner of my eye. And I had this feeling like a little bit of a cold sensation. I looked again when I saw it, and I saw this black. It was out, I'd liken it to like a cloud, which was outside the bedroom, the end of the hallway. And then in a blink of an eye, it was gone. It just it didn't go through anything. It just disappeared right where it was. I couldn't believe it. You see stuff like that on TV, and you think, oh, that's not a big deal until you actually witness this for yourself. You have all these thoughts going through your mind of like disbelief. Oh, and you're just trying to figure out what is it and where did he go? And then I was thinking, I gotta go down to the bedroom. I gotta just check on that guy. I peeked in, he was sleeping soundly.
What's wrong?
Something just grabbed my hair.
My shift partner, she said it felt like somebody had pulled the back of her hair.
All right. I'll go check, okay?
Her eyes were huge, and her hands were shaking. I knew right away things were happening in that house, but I wasn't really sure why they were happening.
Into the basement again to make sure there is no intruder.
My senses, I'm very heightened to everything that's around. Going down, and you can hear your feet hitting the steps, each one, you can count the squeaks of them going down. I get to the bottom.
No one is there, but he double checks the locks anyway.
So when I was down in the basement and I was bringing a load of laundry to fold, I had this sense that I was being watched. And there's a door that leads up to the 3rd floor. As soon as I opened the door, the noise stopped.
Hello?
I have to go. I'm done. I'm sorry.
She quits, leaving Jim to complete his night shift watching over the house. Alone.
You didn't go.
No. I definitely couldn't leave. I'm responsible for them being safe and taken care of. And I wasn't willing to not do that. For some reason, I decided I was going to walk over to the tarp and look behind it.
And Jim is face to face with a male entity. He makes a run for it. After the encounter, Jim shakily returns to his 2nd floor watch.
I was terrified. I felt like I was having anxiety. And I just started getting a little bit of the sweats too.
But Jim has no chance to calm his anxieties. It's now upstairs with him.
There was a human-like mass that was inside the doorway of the room. My legs started to shake, almost like if you feel like hypothermic, almost. And the figure just kind of floated straight back into the room until I couldn't see it anymore. I just couldn't believe any of this was really honestly happening. I had to muster up enough courage to go down and look inside the room for the safety and well-being of them guys. I just took one step at a time. My heart was racing so fast.
Nothing prepares Jim for what awaits behind the door.
No!
It's hard to really explain if you've never seen anything like that before.
Just stay back! Stay back!
I didn't know what I was seeing.
Get away from me!
And then the entity vanishes.
My heart rate was just pounding.
So you couldn't leave?
I know I couldn't leave because I'm responsible for these guys while I'm on shift.
But it's not gone. It's changed form.
I could almost hear a guttural sound that it was making, as though it might have been gasping for a breath over and over until it disappeared. I have no idea what it could have done if I would have gotten any closer to it.
Dawn finally arrives, and with it, the end of Jim's long, terrifying night.
As soon as my shift ended and I got in my car, I was just trying to process everything that I went through.
After his paranormal encounter on the night shift, Jim learns that the entity may have been the former owner of the home.
Heard stories in the past that there was one of the owners, he had passed away in that home of pneumonia. This event has most definitely changed my belief in paranormal. I believe that when you leave this world, you are part of a universe, per se, and that you are potentially always around.